Have you ever stopped to think that working too much might actually be stopping you from making money?
It sounds strange, but this is exactly what John D. Rockefeller, one of the richest men in history, discovered over his lifetime. Often, we are so focused on our daily tasks that we forget to look at the big picture, to find ways to make money work for us. Rockefeller didn't become an oil magnate just by working more hours. He built his fortune by understanding how money really works and how to multiply it.
Want to find out how you can reach this level of wealth? Stay with me and let's uncover John D. Rockefeller's secrets. 1. Financial intelligence. John D. Rockefeller, one of the richest men in history, didn't become a billionaire by luck. He knew how to make money work for him. Instead of just saving, he invested and let those investments generate more money. Think about it, if you have some money saved up, instead of letting it sit, how about investing in stocks of companies like Apple or Microsoft that pay dividends? It's like planting a tree that bears fruit for years. But is this alone enough to get rich? Rockefeller also focused on increasing his income rather than just cutting costs.
Many people think that saving on small things will make a difference, but the truth is that finding ways to earn more is the key.
Have you thought about starting a side business or investing in learning something new that can earn you a better salary? Rockefeller wasn't afraid to spend when he knew it would bring more money later. But did he only increase income, or was there more to it? Another trick of his was to keep a rigorous control of his finances.
He recorded everything and constantly analyzed to improve his strategies. Today, you can use finance apps like Mint or Anab to do this. These apps help you see where you're spending and where you can invest better. With this idea, you can start improving your finances right away. But does controlling finances alone solve it? How did he use these numbers to grow so much? Mastering the numbers gave Rockefeller a huge advantage. He knew exactly where his strengths and weaknesses were and could negotiate with confidence. For us, this means the difference between an average business and a successful one. How about starting to develop this skill today? Speaking of growth, how did he handle large expenses in his companies? 2. Early business steps. From a young age, John D. Rockefeller already showed his entrepreneurial side. While other kids played, he sold candies and other products to neighbors. These small businesses were the first steps that led him to become a magnate. The lesson here is clear: never underestimate small beginnings. If you have an idea or a hobby that can turn into money, start now, even if it seems small. But what else did he do besides selling candies? Rockefeller also lent money to neighbors and farmers, charging interest, which gave him passive income. This concept of passive income is something we can apply today by investing in rental properties, creating a blog that generates income from ads, or investing in dividend-paying stocks. It's like planting a seed that will bear fruit without you having to work all the time. But is this enough? Moreover, Rockefeller reinvested his profits into new opportunities. He knew that keeping money idle wouldn't make him rich. Instead, he reinvested in promising businesses, maximizing his long-term profits. You can do something similar, reinvesting the profits from a small business or the dividends received from stocks. The goal is to make money grow by itself. But how did he diversify these opportunities? Rockefeller also diversified his income sources from early on. By lending money and selling various products, he didn't rely on a single income source. This principle is crucial today. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your investments and income sources to protect against unforeseen events. For example, besides your main job, consider having a secondary source of income like freelancing or investing in stocks. How did he adapt his businesses to market needs? 3. Mastery of numbers. John D. Rockefeller knew that mastering the numbers was essential for business success. He kept detailed records of all his finances, allowing him to analyze and adjust his strategies constantly. In our lives, keeping a detailed control of finances can help us identify areas where we can improve and save. Using personal finance apps like Mint or Anab can be a great start for those who want to follow Rockefeller's footsteps. But is controlling finances enough for success? Rockefeller's ability to manage his numbers wasn't limited to his personal finances but extended to all his companies. He knew that business efficiency depended on a clear view of costs and revenues. By analyzing every aspect of his ventures in detail, he could make informed decisions that drove growth.
And this leads us to an important question: how did he use this data to expand his businesses so effectively? Rockefeller also believed that the secret was in the consistency and discipline of keeping those records. Even in tough times, he never failed to record every transaction. This discipline allowed him to detect patterns and predict trends, adjusting his strategies as needed. If you applied the same discipline in your financial life, imagine the opportunities that could arise from better understanding your own spending and investment patterns. But how to turn this discipline into real growth? Mastering the numbers gave Rockefeller a significant competitive edge. He could negotiate with confidence, knowing exactly where his strengths and weaknesses were. For us, this skill can mean the difference between an average business and a successful one. So, how can you start developing this skill today? And speaking of growth, how did he handle large expenses in his companies? 4. Revenue over expenses. Instead of fearing large expenses, John D. Rockefeller focused on increasing his revenues. He knew that cutting too many expenses could limit growth, while increasing revenue could lead to new opportunities. By investing in areas that generated returns, he ensured his businesses continued to thrive. Think about it in your life: instead of just saving, think about ways to earn more. But what was Rockefeller's next strategy to ensure continuous growth? Rockefeller used debt smartly, investing in money-generating assets rather than accumulating liabilities. He believed that if well managed, debt could be a powerful tool for expansion. Think about using credit to invest in something that will bring returns, like an education that increases your skills or a rental property. This requires planning and caution but can be very rewarding. Speaking of expansion, how did Rockefeller expand his businesses so aggressively? Another crucial point in Rockefeller's strategy was his ability to identify and capitalize on market opportunities. He didn't hesitate to make significant investments when he saw potential returns. This vision and courage can be applied today by observing market trends and investing in promising areas. Being aware of what's happening around you can open unexpected doors. And with this in mind, how did he manage human capital to ensure his company's success? Rockefeller always prioritized increasing revenues over just cutting costs. He understood that true growth required investing in opportunities that would bring higher returns in the future. This focus is fundamental for anyone or any company seeking to thrive. Instead of fearing spending, he saw it as an investment. But how did he deal with the people who worked for him, ensuring everyone was aligned with his growth vision? 5. Business expansion. Aggressive expansion was one of John D. Rockefeller's keys to success. He not only bought competing refineries but integrated them into his company, increasing his capacity and bargaining power. This strategy allowed him to dominate the oil market. Think about how you can apply this idea to your business or career. Identify areas where you can expand your skills or acquire new competencies. But what did he do to keep his employees motivated and committed? By acquiring other companies, Rockefeller increased his influence and eliminated competition. He knew that to be the best, it was necessary to control the market. This long-term vision and willingness to take calculated risks were crucial for his success. If you have the opportunity to expand your market presence, don't hesitate. Evaluate the risks but be willing to make bold moves. And with a growing team, how did he manage human capital to ensure success? Rockefeller knew that efficiently integrating new acquisitions was crucial. He ensured that each new part of his company was aligned with his goals and standards. This required strong leadership and clear communication. Applying this strategy today could mean integrating new technologies or processes into your business to increase efficiency. And speaking of leadership, how did he choose and motivate the right people to drive his company forward? Finally, expansion wasn't just about physical growth but also about innovating and finding new ways to do business. Rockefeller invested in research and development to ensure his company was at the forefront of the industry. Today, this could mean investing in new technologies or exploring new markets. Constant innovation was an essential part of his expansion strategy. But what happened when he faced adversities and unexpected challenges? 6. Human capital management.
John D. Rockefeller valued his employees' attitude and enthusiasm above technical knowledge. He believed that committed and passionate people could drive his company more effectively. Instead of hiring just based on resumes, he sought people with a positive attitude and a genuine desire to learn and grow. Think about how you can apply this when building your team. But how did he separate business from friendships to maintain a professional environment? Rockefeller knew that a positive work environment was essential for productivity. He strived to create fair and motivating conditions for his employees, ensuring they felt valued and part of the company's success. This doesn't just mean good salaries but also opportunities for growth and development. Applying this philosophy can result in a more dedicated and productive team. But what about professional relationships? How did he keep everything in balance? Separating business from friendship was an important practice for Rockefeller. He understood that mixing the two could lead to conflicts and difficult decisions. By maintaining solid professional relationships, he ensured that everyone knew their responsibilities and expectations. This created a more harmonious and efficient work environment. Speaking of efficiency, how did he turn adversities into opportunities? Rockefeller also invested in the continuous development of his employees, believing that a well-trained team was fundamental to success. He offered training and encouraged continuous education, resulting in a highly skilled and motivated workforce. Implementing this practice today can be as simple as encouraging your team to attend workshops and courses. Speaking of training, what happened when he faced disasters in his businesses? 7. Business and friendship. John D. Rockefeller had a clear distinction between business and friendship. He believed that mixing the two could complicate relationships and negatively affect his company's performance. Keeping these spheres separate allowed him to make objective decisions focused on business growth. Think about how you can apply this separation in your professional life to avoid conflicts and maintain a healthy work environment. But what did he do when facing adversities in his businesses? Rockefeller knew that to maintain solid professional relationships, it was necessary to offer fair and transparent conditions to his partners. He believed in partnerships where all parties benefited, creating an environment of mutual trust. This is something we can all apply in our lives, whether in business or personal partnerships. Ensuring everyone knows their expectations and responsibilities can avoid many problems. How did he turn disasters into opportunities? When facing adversities like a fire in one of his refineries, Rockefeller saw it not as a disaster but as an opportunity to rebuild bigger and better. Instead of getting discouraged, he took advantage of these moments to innovate and improve his operations. This mindset of seeing opportunities in difficulties can be extremely valuable. Instead of worrying about problems, think about how you can turn them into growth opportunities. How did he plan and execute these changes in detail? Rockefeller's ability to separate business from friendship and turn adversities into opportunities was crucial to his success. He knew that maintaining a clear focus on business objectives was essential for sustainable growth. By applying these principles, you can improve your professional and personal relationships. But how did he maintain his discipline and attention to detail throughout his career? 8. Opportunities in adversity. When John D. Rockefeller's refinery caught fire, he didn't see it as a disaster but as an opportunity to build something bigger and better. Instead of getting discouraged, he quickly began planning the construction of a new and more efficient refinery. This example of resilience and vision teaches us the importance of staying calm and looking for opportunities amid crises. Think of a difficult situation you faced recently. How could you turn it into a growth opportunity? But how did Rockefeller maintain discipline in all his actions? Rockefeller was always prepared to face adversities thanks to his meticulous attention to details and planning. He knew crises were inevitable, but with a good strategy, they could be overcome. This type of preparation and planning can be applied to our lives by anticipating possible problems and having an action plan ready. The ability to foresee and plan is a valuable skill that can turn challenges into advantages. How did he use this skill to ensure his company's success? Rockefeller's approach to adversities included a detailed analysis of the problems and a relentless search for improvements. He saw every challenge as an opportunity to innovate and grow. When facing difficulties, try to adopt this mindset. Instead of focusing on the problem, look for ways to improve your situation and come out stronger. This proactive attitude can make all the difference.
How did he maintain this level of detail and hard work throughout his career? Perseverance and attention to detail were Rockefeller's hallmark traits. He believed that success came from a combination of hard work and meticulous planning. By planning every detail of his day, he ensured that his actions were aligned with his long-term goals. This level of discipline can be hard to maintain but is crucial for achieving great things. But how did Rockefeller think big and visualize ambitious goals? 9. Perseverance and detail. John D. Rockefeller's success didn't come overnight. He firmly believed in the importance of perseverance and attention to detail. Each day was meticulously planned, with actions carefully aligned with his long-term goals. This disciplined approach ensured he was always on the right track to achieve his goals. Have you thought about how planning your day can help you reach your goals? But how did he maintain such a big and ambitious vision for the future? Rockefeller understood that perseverance was the key to overcoming obstacles and continuing to progress. He never let temporary failures bring him down, seeing each setback as an opportunity to learn and improve. This resilient mindset can be applied to our lives by facing challenges with determination and optimism. Think of a goal you have and how perseverance can help you achieve it, even when things get tough. How did he manage to visualize and achieve such ambitious goals? Attention to detail was another essential characteristic of Rockefeller. He believed that success was in the small details and that neglecting them could lead to failure. Applying this principle means paying attention to the small things in our life and work, ensuring everything is in order. This can be as simple as organizing your finances or planning your daily tasks carefully. How did Rockefeller use this detailed approach to think big? Thinking big was a central philosophy for Rockefeller. He wasn't content with small achievements, he always visualized ambitious goals and worked tirelessly to achieve them. This long-term vision motivated him to keep persevering and paying attention to details. For us, this can mean setting ambitious goals and creating a detailed plan to achieve them. But how did Rockefeller maintain his impeccable reputation throughout his career? 10. Big thinking. John D. Rockefeller firmly believed in dreaming big and acting accordingly. He visualized ambitious goals and worked tirelessly to achieve them, never settling for less than the best. This philosophy of big thinking drove him to build a vast and powerful empire. Think about your own dreams and goals. If you could dream without limitations, what would you achieve? But how did he maintain an impeccable reputation while achieving these audacious goals? Rockefeller's vision was always future-oriented, imagining possibilities that others didn't even consider. He believed that to achieve great things, it was necessary to have a clear and bold vision of what you wanted. This approach can be applied to our lives by setting clear goals and not being afraid to dream big. The question is, how can we stay focused and dedicated to these big goals? How did Rockefeller use this vision to ensure integrity in his businesses? Maintaining an impeccable reputation was one of Rockefeller's greatest assets. He knew that trust and integrity were fundamental for long-term success. By avoiding dubious practices and always offering the best service, he was able to attract investors and business opportunities. For us, this means acting with integrity in all areas of life, ensuring our word is trustworthy. How did he balance this integrity with such a big ambition? Rockefeller combined his ambition with an unrelenting work ethic and a commitment to excellence. He believed that achieving big goals didn't mean compromising his values. This combination of vision, integrity, and hard work is a powerful recipe for success. By applying these principles in our life, we can achieve our own dreams and build a solid reputation. Are you ready to apply Rockefeller's teachings in your life and turn your dreams into reality? So now that you know John D. Rockefeller's secrets to building a fortune, are you ready to transform your financial life? Remember all the lessons we discussed: financial intelligence, early business steps, mastery of numbers, focusing on revenue, expansion, managing people, separating business from friendships, seeing opportunities in adversities, perseverance and attention to detail, and thinking big. Which of these strategies will you start applying first? Change begins with small steps. Are you ready to take the first step and start investing in yourself? Are you willing to turn difficulties into opportunities and dream big, like Rockefeller did? Remember, success doesn't happen overnight, but with perseverance and continuous dedication. How about sharing in the comments which of these lessons impacted you the most and why?
If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning about how to achieve true wealth, you'll also like the guide of 10 tips to achieve wealth according to Warren Buffett. That's why I made a video talking about it, and to watch it just click on this video that's popping up on your screen now. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate notifications. That way, you'll be the first to know when we publish new content that can change your financial life. Let's go together on this journey towards success.